Hello everyone! It's me again, Sir Louie. So kung di mo pa ako kilala, I'm a public school teacher here in the Philippines. At kung bago ka pa lang dito sa aking channel, ay wag na wag mong kalilimutan na mag-subscribe at i-hit ang notification bell para maging updated ka sa mga susunod kong videos. So nakita nyo naman dito sa aking side kung ano yung topic na pag-aaralan natin for this Teach Vlog episode. So wag na nating patagalin pa, enjoy learning and let's get started! Hello students! For this Teach Vlog episode, we will be discussing research ethics. So by definition, research ethics provides guidelines, educates, and monitors researchers for the responsible conduct of research to ensure a high ethical standard. So it is not just important na kailangan maganda yung pagkakasulat ng paper natin or ng research project natin. Kinakailangan din na as researcher, we have to ensure that we follow certain ethical guidelines and principles nung paper na sinusulat natin. Also, research ethics promotes the aim of research such as expanding knowledge, and it also supports the values required for collaborative work such as mutual respect and fairness. So aside from attaining certain guidelines and principles, so isa din to sa mga mahalagang bagay that we do and we consider in conducting a research project. So here are some of the guidelines in research ethics. So the first one is informed consent. So in order to safeguard the rights of the participants of our study, we have to secure informed consent. So ito yung number one na kinakailangan natin gawin bago tayo mag-gather ng ating data. So we have to inform our participants about the criteria set for choosing them. So kinakailangan natin i-inform yung mga respondents or participants natin kung paano sila napili, bakit sila yung pinili natin, ano yung extent of participation nila doon sa research, ano yung objective ng ating research, and so on. So ito yung mga kinakailangan nating tandaan in terms of informed consent. And also, we have to remember that in terms of informed consent or participation sa isang research project or research study, ito po ay completely voluntary. Meaning to say, ang mga respondents natin or mga participants natin in a research, may karapatan sila na mag-withdraw sa ating research anytime na gustuhin nila. At hindi natin pwedeng pilitin ang isang certain group of people na mag-participate sa ating research. Okay? So the second one is honesty. So honesty is the best policy, ika nga, 'di ba? So honesty, so we have to honestly report data, we have to honestly report the results, the methods and procedures as well as the publication status ng ating research paper. So we do not fabricate, we do not falsify information doon sa ating research paper. So kung ano talaga yung lumabas na result doon sa ating research, we have to honestly report them. Okay? So the third one is objectivity. So we have to, as researchers, we have to strive to avoid bias in the experimental design, in data analysis, in data interpretation, peer review, personal decisions, grant writing, expert testimony, and other aspects of the research. We have to become objective. We have to avoid certain biases, kung ano man yung mga result na gusto. Kasi aminin man natin sa hindi, 'di ba? When we are conducting a research, meron na tayong ini-aim na kailangan ito yung magiging result ng study ko for it to become a positive paper or output. So we have to be objective. We don't have to become biased, in terms of the expected outcomes of our research. So kinakailangan inaalis natin yun. Okay? So the next one is integrity. So integrity, keep your promises and agreements, act with sincerity, strive for consistency of through of action. So when we are conducting a research, we have to have integrity. We have to show to people that we are competent, that we are trustworthy, na alam natin kung ano yung ginagawa natin. We have to become confident in what we are doing kasi magma-manifest yun, sa atin. When we talk to people, act with sincerity, kapag nakikiusap tayo na maging respondent sila, hindi yung parang inuobliga natin sila or parang tayo pa yung galit. So these are some of the things that we have to remember in conducting research. Then the next one is carefulness. Okay, so avoid careless errors and negligence. So carefully and critically examine your work and the work of peers. Keep good records of research activities. So when we talk about carefulness, hindi pwedeng honest mistake, nagkamali lang ako, dapat kasi ganito. Parang, say for example, the score should be 90, tapos nalagay mo 70, tapos sasabihin mo, honest mistake. So, walang lugar ang errors, mas lalo na sa data. Walang lugar ang data errors pagdating sa research. We have to carefully look dito sa ating mga data. We have to scrutinize our own paper. We can also even ask our peers na i-review yung ating data kasi tawag dito, these are critical sa isang research output. Isang numero lang yung magkamali doon sa data natin, it will greatly affect our paper. So we have to ensure na kinakailangan natin na tama yung mga data na pinapresent natin doon sa paper natin. And also, katulad na nabanggit ko, keep good records of research activities. Kaya nga, kinakailangan natin as researchers, meron tayong project data book para at least meron tayong journal para natatrack natin yung progress natin as well as the records nung ating research project or research study. Next, we have openness. So openness, we have to share data, the results, the ideas, the tools, and resources. So kinakailangan open natin na pinamamahagi sa ibang tao itong mga data na to, itong mga result ng study natin, para magkaroon ng broaden access yung ibang tao sa information. Okay, we also have to become open to criticisms and new ideas. Hindi lahat ng ginagawa natin tama, hindi lahat ng ginagawa natin perfect. May mga loopholes dyan, may mga errors. So we have to be open sa mga pagpuna, sa kritisismo ng ibang tao because at the end of the day, it is our improvement. It is our improvement yung nakasalalay naman dito. So we have to become open in these things. Next, we have respect for intellectual property. So ito rin isang importante rin to na guideline in research ethics. So honor patents, copyrights, trademarks, trade secrets, and other form of intellectual property. So we will be discussing that later on. Do not use published or unpublished data, methods, or results without permission or without even citing the original author. Okay, so give credit where credit is due. So ito yung kinakailangan natin tandaan. Never plagiarize, fabricate, and falsify. So that is for respect for intellectual property. Next is confidentiality. So confidentiality, we have to protect confidential communications. Hindi natin to pinopost sa Facebook, or sa social media, yung mga hindi natin pwedeng i-post or i-release. Yung mga papers, yung mga grants, yung mga sinasubmit natin for publication, yung mga personal records, yung mga personal data, hindi natin to pwedeng ilabas, because these are sensitive data. So we also have to remember that in the Philippines, we have the Data Privacy Act. So we have to become familiar with those laws, So next, we have responsible mentoring. Okay, sa amin to in terms of being a mentor in the research. So we have to help, educate, mentor, and advise others. So promote their welfare and allow them to make their own decisions. So if na-reach nyo na yung stage na nagme-mentor na kayo ng ibang tao or ibang researcher, we have to build them up. We have to educate them. Hindi natin sila tinitignan as competitor. dahil in the field of research, we help one another. Okay? Dahil our main goal is to produce new knowledge, new information for the benefit of everyone. Okay? So, next natin is responsible publication. So, publish in order to advance research and scholarship. Not to advance your own career. Ang nagiging error kasi ngayon sa mga panahon na to, yung mga karamihan sa mga researchers, they do publications for their own purpose, para kumita sila, para ma-promote, nawawala na yung essence of helping one people or helping another, building new knowledge, nagiging na lang siya, yung research publication, kahit na hindi masyadong kinareer or hindi masyadong pinag-aralan yung research, publish na ng publish for the sake na meron siyang ma-accumulate na points for promotion or para lang kumita, so nawawala na yung quality. So again, ang main goal natin is to generate new knowledge for the benefit of everyone, and we also have to ensure the quality of work that we are producing. Okay? So, next natin is the respect for colleagues, At tulad nung nababanggit ko na kanina, we have to respect our colleagues and treat them as a family. We have to help one another. Okay? So, do not outsmart others and respect their opinions. Next is social responsibility. So, we have to strive to promote social acceptance and prevent or mitigate social harms through research, publication, and advocacy. So, mamaya madidiscuss din natin further itong social responsibility. We do not conduct research to harm certain group of people, certain gender, certain sexual orientation, certain ethnicity, certain race. So, we have to we have to embrace this diversity of people, and we do not conduct research to specifically harm one group of people. Okay? So next is non-discrimination. So avoid discrimination against colleagues or students on the basis of sex, race, ethnicity, and other factors that are not related to their scientific competence and integrity. So in conducting research, so we have to avoid discriminating our respondents, our participants in terms of certain categories. So katulad nung nabanggit natin kanina, yung ating social responsibility, we have to avoid certain biases and discrimination in conducting our research. The next thing is competence. So katulad nung nabanggit ko na rin kanina, we have to maintain and improve our own professional competence and expertise through lifelong education and learning. So take steps to promote competence in science as a whole. So we have to become competent, mas lalo na in writing our own paper, in presenting our paper. We have to know all aspects doon sa field na pinag-aaralan natin. Hindi pwedeng paper mo lang talaga yung binasa mo. Kailangan you also read papers related through it. Kaya nga tayo may review of related literature. So we have to broaden our knowledge at aalamin natin yung lahat ng aspects in terms of our paper. We have also to improve our communication skills, our writing skills, and etc. We have to become confident in what we are saying, in what we are presenting. We have to become knowledgeable. These are requirements in conducting a research. Next is legality. So, nabanggit ko kanina yung Data Privacy Act here in the Philippines. So, we have to know and obey relevant laws and institutional and government policies. So, syempre, in conducting a research, we also have to follow certain protocols, certain rules, certain regulations, certain laws ng isang locality ng bansa natin as general. We have to be familiar with certain laws na involved, na maaring maging involved in gathering our data or in conducting our research. Next is animal care. So, show proper respect and care for animals when using them in research. Do not conduct unnecessary or poorly designed experimental projects involving animals. So, hanggat maaari, kung kinakailangan namang walang animal participation or animal subject doon sa research, wag na lang. Or kung hanggat maaari, yung mas lower form ng animals like insects, kung kaya naman, and so be it. Pero kung di talaga may iwasan, we have to structure the experimentation very well. Hindi pwedeng pabara-bara lang, hindi pinagpaplanuhan. Dapat we plan kung ano yung gagawin natin dun sa animal, and we have to consult professionals regarding the activities that we will be doing. So we have to ensure na lesser yung pain na marireceive ng animal or hindi siya masyadong magsasuffer. Okay? Next thing is, and so I think this is the last, so human subject protection. So, syempre, kung pinapangalagaan natin yung lower form of animals in our research, so syempre, yung mga human participants din natin. So, when conducting a research on human subjects, so minimize the harms and risks and maximize the benefits. We have to respect human dignity, the privacy and anonymity. So, when conducting a research, we have to secure the profiles of our respondents. Kaya nga sa research, meron tayong tinatawag na right to anonymity. They have the right to become anonymous. Kaya nga kapag nagagawa tayo ng survey questionnaire, pagdating sa name, it is always optional. Kasi may karapatan silang hindi mag-disclose ng kanilang personal information. So, yan yung mga rights ng ating mga participants. Okay, so we have to we have to ensure that the participants or the respondents in our study is well protected and well respected. So, ito naman yung mga principles of research ethics. So, the first one is social responsibility. So, briefly ko nang na-mention to kanina. It is an ethical framework or a duty that every researcher has to perform so as to promote social acceptance and prevent or mitigate social harms through research, public education, and advocacy. So, katulad nga ng sinabi ko kanina, that we have to protect the interests of other people. We do not conduct research to specifically harm one group of people. No, we do not discriminate them. We do not conduct research to prove that one group of people is superior over the other, or etc. The second one is human rights. So these are the moral principles or norms that describe certain standards of human behavior and are regularly protected as natural and legal rights. So they constitute a set of rights and duties necessary for the protection of human dignity inherent to all human beings. So katulad nga nung sinabi ko kanina, that we have to protect the interests of our participants or respondents. Hindi kapag in-entrust nila sa atin yung personal information nila, we do not disclose them to anyone. Kung ano yung maging response nila doon sa ating survey questionnaire, hindi natin siya pinagkakalat, hindi natin siya chinichismis. We also have to keep these records intact. Kailangan kapag tinago natin yung mga responses nila sa mga survey natin, we have to ensure na tayo lang yung makaka-access ng mga data nila. So these are the things that we have to remember in conducting research. We have to ensure human rights. So may karapatang pantao din. We do not deprive them with their basic needs. Hindi natin sila pwedeng i-deprive ng pangangailangan nila like food, like shelter, like ethical treatment. So these are the things that we have to remember. The next is intellectual property. So this refers to the protection of creations of the mind which have a both moral and a commercial value. So it is an umbrella term encompassing both copyright and industrial property such as trademarks, patents, and trade secrets. So in research, no, hindi tayo basta-basta pwede gumamit ng mga materials na hindi naman tayo yung originally na gumawa. So we have to seek permission, no, bago natin sila gamitin. So there are certain types of intellectual property. So we have the patent, the copyright, the trademark, and the trade secret. So we will be discussing them one by one. Okay, so the first one is patent. So it is a form of intellectual property that gives the owner the legal right to exclude others from making, using, selling, and importing an invention for a limited period of years. So there are three common types of patents. So the first one is utility patent. So pag sinabi natin utility patent, ito yung pagkakaroon ng protection in terms of the usability, no, or function ng isang product. So say for example, a smartphone company discover sila ng holographic na camera, ano, na kapag kinapture mo yung say for example lang, so kinapture mo yung isang object, tapos pag na-save siya sa gallery mo, so maglalabas na holographic something image nung kinapture mo, nung object. So, say for example, ganun. So, say for example, na-discover nila yon. So, since they are the first one to do that, they can secure a utility patent for that. No? Ibig sabihin, sila lang yung pwedeng gumawa or gumamit ng ganung feature. Okay, so that is an example. The second one is design patent. So, yung mga designs na ginagawa natin, say for example, a dress or something, no, meron din siyang, meron din siyang intellectual property rights. So, this protect the aesthetic appearance of the product. So, yung itsura niya, yung patterns, and etc. So, pwede rin siyang lapatan ng intellectual property. And the third one, we have the plant patent. So, para sa mga plantito at plantita dyan, okay, so protect the discovery or invention of plants that are asexually reproduced. So, yung mga plants then, we can also have intellectual property rights para sa mga plants, mas lalo na yung mga nire-reproduce asexually. Say for example, meron kang hinybrid na halaman, no, through asexual reproduction, so you have the right, no, for that plant hybrid. So next is copyright. So it is an exclusive legal right given to an originator on an assignee to print, publish, perform, film, or record literary, artistic, or musical material, and to authorize others to do the same. So, ano-ano ba yung mga works that are copyrightable? So, here are some. No, first, we have literary works, no, yung mga novels, no, yung mga short stories, no, so we can put a copyright for that. So, we have the musical works, the arrangement, no, the lyrics, the compositions, okay? So, dramatic works. We have choreographic work, so yung mga steps, no, actually kapag halimbawa meron kang dinasay na isang specific na choreography in music or kahit hindi sa sayaw kahit sa drama or musical, so pwede rin natin itong bigyan ng copyright. Pictorial, graphic, and sculptural works o yung mga PGS na tinatawag natin. So, yung mga photos, yung mga illustrations or drawings, no, yung mga sculptures, no, these are copyrightable works. Okay, so copyright protected sila. So, we have audiovisual works, no, yung mga films, yung mga videos, diba? Kaya kapag tawag dito, hindi ka pwedeng mag-download ng video sa YouTube, tapos i-re-upload mo. No, these are no-nos. We have sound recordings, no, yung mga voice recording, so this is also copyrightable. And we have architectural works, yung mga design ng bahay, no, yung mga works ng mga architects natin, so these are copyrightable also. So, kapag may ilabag ka or may kinlaim ka or may ginamit ka na copyrightable work, so pwede ka makasuhan ng copyright infringement. So it is the use or production of copyright-protected material without the permission of the copyright holder. So copyright infringement means that the rights accorded to the copyright holder, such as an exclusive use of a work for a set period of time, are breached by a third party. So, again, it is self-explanatory, no? So, kapag sinabi natin na copyright infringement, so kapag may isang third party na person, say for example tayo, may ginamit tayong copyrightable or copyright protected na material, so pwede tayong makasuhan ng copyright infringement. So, here are examples of copyright infringement. So, first, we have downloading movies and music without proper payment for use. So, yung pagda-download natin ng mga movies or music na hindi naman natin binayaran, so that is illegal. Okay? Recording movies in a theater. So, we have anti-camcording law dito sa Pilipinas. So, bawal din siya because movies are copyright protected works. So, using others' photographs for a blog without permission. So, hindi kayo basta-basta pwedeng ipalabas sa isang video sa YouTube without your consent. So, ayun, mahalaga yung consent sa isang blog website. So, usually kasi kapag may mga vloggers na nagko-conduct ng, halimbawa, say for example, prank, tapos random people, hindi yun basta-basta tawag dito, pinapalabas nila sa channel nila na lumalabas yung mukha ng tao doon. So, after filming it, they are informing that that is for a vlog, tapos, i-inform mo sila or ask mo sila kung okay lang ba na lumabas ka doon sa video. Ngayon, kapag hindi sila pumayag, it's either they exclude the clip from the entire vlog or i-blur nila yung mukha. Okay? Another thing na idadagdag ko rin pala dito sa photographs, hindi tayo pwedeng basta-basta mag-publish ng photos ng mga respondents natin. Hindi natin sila pwedeng i-post sa social media kahit na tinanong mo sila, okay lang ba na pipicturean kita, tapos ipopost ko sa social media, kahit pumayag sila, bawal pa din yun. Part yun ng research ethics. Hindi mo pwede sila picturean na, thank you for being a respondent in my study, that is a no-no. So, lalo na kapag minor. Kapag minor, kahit nasabihin mong 16 years old yan, 17 years old, kahit nasabihin mong matanda na yan, it is still minor, below legal age. So, hindi pa yan sila pwedeng mag-decide para sa sarili nila in terms of legal aspects, ha. So, kapag ganun, kinakailangan pa talaga natin nagsisik tayo ng parental consent, kinakailangan may approval ng parents kapag minor age. So, bawal tayong mag-post ng mga sensitive information and mga photos ng ating mga respondents. Mas lalong-lalo na kapag walang informed consent at mas lalo na kapag minor. Okay, so another for copyright infringement, so copyright software code without using or without giving proper credit. So yung mga illegal na mga softwares, so bawal din yan. So creating videos with unlicensed music clips. So pag gumamit ka ng pag gumawa ka ng video tapos gumamit ka ng background music na copyright protected, so bawal din siya. So, pwede naman, marami namang music na pwedeng gamitin na as background music na tawag dito na libre, So, we have to use yung mga free musics. Bawal tayong gumamit ng mga unlicensed music clips. The third one is trademark. Okay, so it is a recognizable name, insignia, phrase, word, or symbol that denotes a specific product and legally differentiates it from other products of its kind. So, meron tayong iba't ibang categories ng trademark. Okay, so ano-ano ba yung mga trademarks na pinag-uusapan natin? The first one is the generic trademark. So, pag sinabi natin generic trademark, ito yung mga catchphrases na ginagamit ng mga companies. Say, for example, we find ways. So, pag narinig natin yung we find ways, alam natin, motto na siya ng Banco de Oro. So, These are generic trademarks. So another example is Bida ang Saya ng Jollibee, 'di ba? So we've got it all for you, no, like SM and etc. So these are generic trademarks na kapag narinig mo siya, alam mong ano na yung specific company or specific product na nagmamay-ari nun. So these are generic trademarks. Second one is descriptive trademark. So, pag sinabi natin descriptive trademark, so, these are products na may names ng tao. Say, for example, Wendy's. No, we have Ayala Malls. No, Robertson's, Julie's. No, McDonald's. Okay, so these are descriptive trademarks. Okay? So, hindi mo na siya pwedeng gamitin kasi nga parang license na yon para sa kanila. Kahit na say for example, Wendy yung pangalan mo, 'di ba? So, hindi mo na pwedeng gamitin yung Wendy's, 'di ba? So, maybe pwede mo siyang dugtungan ng iba, pero hindi mo na pwedeng gamitin yung original na gumagawa nun, no, that for that specific purpose or product. The next one is suggestive trademark. So, pag sinabi naman natin suggestive trademark, so these are the products na kapag narinig mo or yung mga brand names na kapag narinig mo hindi mo pa alam kung ano yung, hindi mo pa magigets masyado kung ano yung product na tawag dito na binebenta nila. Say for example, 7-Eleven, no, by the name itself, kung name lang yung pagbabasihan mo, hindi mo magigets na isa siyang convenience store. Another example is Microsoft. Another thing is Jaguar. Pag narinig mo yung Jaguar, the first thing that will come to your mind is the animal. Pero yung Jaguar kasi, it is a perfume brand. No? So these are examples of suggestive trademarks. Okay. Another type of trademark is fanciful trademark. So pag sinabi naman natin na fanciful trademark, ito yung mga brand names na may logo na tawag dito na kanila lang or distinct lang yung itsura, na pag nakita mo yung itsura nung pag nakita mo yung itsura nung font style, alam mo nang ito yung product na yon. Say for example, yung sa Pepsi, yung sa Petron, sa Adidas, sa Merrell, Kodak, so ito yung mga terms and names and logos that are different from anything else. So, wala siyang ibang katulad. Okay, so that is fanciful trademark. And lastly, we have the arbitrary trademark. So, pag sinabi natin arbitrary trademark, so these are terms or phrases that are already existing, but the meaning in its case is different. So, say for example, apple. Ang apple kasi, it is a fruit, no? It is found everywhere. Pero, kapag nakita mo yung company na Apple with their specific style ng font, ng style ng logo nila, alam mo na that is a product of, kaya, say for example, ginamit mo yung Apple na logo, no, kaya hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na ang Apple naman, it is found everywhere. No? Wala naman nagmamay-ari sa word na Apple. Pero kasi yung itsura ng logo, tsaka yung font or yung case na ginamit mo is the same with the company Apple. No? Doon ka pwedeng makasuhan ng intellectual property. Kaya, halimbawa, Shell, gas station. Okay, di ba? Yung Shell, it is a common term. Pero yung ginamit mong design ng Shell mo, as in, yung Shell talaga na gas company or gas station. So, din yun. So, halimbawa, we have Camel cigarettes and etc. So, there are common words na may company name, no? But hindi naman tayo makakasuhan kapag ginamit natin yung mga words na yon for natural purposes. Pero kung gagamitin kasi natin pati yung style, pati yung font, and pati yung logo ng mga companies na yun, doon tayo makakasuhan ng infringement or yung paglabag sa intellectual property rights. Okay, next, we have trade secrets. So, it is a type of intellectual property in the form of formula, practice, processes, design, instrument, pattern, commercial method, or compilation of information that is not generally known or reasonably ascertainable by others, and by which a person or company can obtain an economic advantage over competitors. So, say for example, nakadiscovery ako ng katulad ngayon no, sa pandemic, ang daming companies, sobrang dami ng kumpanya ang nagpapaunahan na makadiscover ng COVID-19 vaccine. So say for example, company A na-discover na nila yung formulation for the vaccine. So, syempre, pag nag-publish sila ng research work, kasi syempre, maraming stages yan. May mga clinical trials. May mga clinical trials yan. May mga sub-stages. Say, for example, company A, na complete na nila yung clinical trials. Tapos, syempre, they have to publish their research work. So, sa research work nila, they have the right na wag i-detail. They can detail the process, but the formulation ng vaccine, or kung paano nila exactly step by step na ginawa, pwede na lang hindi yun isama or i-detail. So, that is a trade secret. Kasi nga, gagamitin nila yon for commercial purpose. Say, for example, secret recipe ng isang restaurant, yung chicken, say, for example, kung paano minamarinate or ano yung formulation ng pagluluto. So, they have to keep those in private. So yun yung mga trade secrets, yung mga secret recipes, yung mga ganun kung paano niluto yung special na food na sinoserve nila. So these are trade secrets. So if you are going to use certain materials for commercial purposes, pwedeng pwedeng hindi mo siya i-detail. Okay? So that is for trade secret. So, next principle natin, aside from intellectual property, is voluntary participation. So, ito nabanggit ko na siya kanina. So, the principle of voluntary participation requires that people must not be coerced into participating in a research process. So, essentially, this means that the prospective research participants must be informed about the procedures and risks involved in research and must give their consent to participate. So kapag minor, tatandaan natin class, na kapag minor yung participant or respondent ng research natin, ang informed consent ay hindi manggagaling, hindi totally manggagaling doon sa estudyante. Meron tayong tinatawag na parental consent kasi nga mga minors to. Ang kailangan nating pagpaalaman muna is the parents. So pag pumayag yung parents, tapos saka natin i-solicit yung information doon sa estudyante. Pwede din naman na pumayag si parent pero hindi pumayag si estudyante, hindi natin sila pwedeng kunin na respondent. Likewise, and vice versa, kahit na pumayag yung parent pero nag-refuse yung student na mag-participate, hindi rin natin sila pwedeng kunin as respondent ng research natin. Kailangan pumayag si parent at pumayag si student as a respondent. So, voluntary participation. Ito, hindi natin sila pwedeng pilitin, hindi natin sila pwedeng, kasi kailangan ang respondents ko kasi grade 7 na special program in the arts program lang. Tapos hindi naman sila pumayag na mag-participate. So wala tayong magagawa. Hindi natin sila pwedeng pilitin. Kailangan lang natin silang i-convince, Kailangan natin silang i-inform na bakit sila yung napili, ano yung procedures, may risk ba yun, mapapahamak ba sila, ano yung mga pagdadaanan nila, para saan ba yung research na kinakonduct natin. So these are the things that we have to know, we have to inform them with these things. Kaya nga sa survey questionnaires natin, naglalagay tayo ng letter doon, nilalagay natin yung main objective ng research natin, yung purpose, or bago natin i-distribute yung mga survey questionnaires natin, i-inform muna, i-gather muna natin yung mga respondents natin, informing them about the objective, about the purpose of the research, bago tayo mag-solicit ng information sa kanila. And we also have to ensure or guarantee or give them guarantee na yung mga data na makukuha natin, tayo lang yung makakaalam, at yung data na makukuha natin sa kanila ay for that specific for that specific research lang. Hindi natin siya pwedeng o ako yung magpapasurvey para sa study ko, tapos nalaman ko yung kaibigan ko may related na research katulad ng ginawa ko, hindi mo pwedeng ipagamit yung survey mo sa ibang tao kasi pinagkatiwala sa'yo ng respondents mo yung data nila. So hindi mo pwedeng basta-basta i-disclose yun sa iba or ipahiram sa iba kasi ang alam nila no sa iyo lang or ikaw lang yung gagamit nung research output or yung research information na yon. Next is anonymity. So this refers to the protection of people's identity through not disclosing their name or not exposing their identity. So it is a situation in data gathering activities in which informant's name is not given nor known. So ito yung tatandaan natin, may right of anonymity yung ating mga respondents. So pwedeng hindi nila isulat yung mga pangalan nila. Kaya in writing a survey form, yung name, it is always optional. No, hindi tayo pwedeng pilitin yung mga respondents natin to disclose their information. So, mas lalo na yung identity nila. Next is right to privacy. Okay, so this refers to someone's right to keep his personal matters and relationship secrets. So it is the ability of individual to seclude himself from disturbance from any research activity. So katulad nga nung sinabi ko, merong right to privacy ang ating mga respondents, no? Hindi natin sila pwedeng kulitin 24/7. They have their personal lives, no? Hindi nila pwedeng disclose yung kanilang mga personal matters or personal dilemmas. Ang kinakailangan lang natin isulisit sa kanila is yung mga information that will be relevant to our research project or do sa research study na kinakonduct natin. Yung mga other information na hindi naman tingin natin na hindi naman siya vital or important or makaka-affect sa result ng study natin, hindi na dapat natin tinatanong sa ating mga respondents. Then, next principle is research misconduct. So, it includes fabrication, falsification, or plagiarism, but does not include honest error of differences of opinion. So, in research misconduct, so again, we do not fabricate the result of our research. We do not falsify information. We do not plagiarize. We do not copy intellectual properties or copyright protected works, no? We do not copy texts, no? And outcomes or outputs or data from other researchers without properly citing or acknowledging the original author. Okay? So, honest error, so dito yung tinutukoy na honest error is differences of opinion. Pero hindi pwede it is a big no-no sa isang research paper na may honest error ka in terms of data. Hindi pwedeng typographical error lang, no, pagdating sa mga data, because again, katulad nung sinabi ko nung unang-una pa, a small number can change everything, can affect the conclusion and the result of your research. Okay? So now we will be having an activity. So simple lang to activity na to. So you have to determine whether the following activities are ethical or not ethical. So may mga situations tayo, then you will be deciding kung ethical ba siya or hindi. Okay, so let us have these situations. Okay, situation number 1. Posting on Facebook stories the images of respondents while holding their accomplished survey questionnaire. Ethical or not ethical? Okay, the answer is, it is not ethical. So again, bawal tayong mag-post ng ating mga respondents, no, sa Facebook or social media. Hindi natin sila pwede tayong magpasalamat, no, in general, pero hindi natin sila papangalanan. Kasi nga, yung pagiging respondent sa isang research study, it is voluntary and they have the right to anonymity. Okay? So, hindi pwedeng, secret lang yung pagiging respondent nila. No, hindi mo pwedeng i-name lahat yung mga nag-respond doon sa research mo or i-post yung picture nila kahit na pumayag sila. No, it is against sa research ethics. Next, after the advisor's approval of her constructed survey questionnaire, Anna reproduced them and distributed them to grade 6 students. Is it ethical or not ethical? So the answer is, it is not ethical. So bakit siya hindi naging ethical? Na-approve naman na ng research advisor yung survey questionnaire. So bakit siya not ethical? Kasi grade 6 students are minors. So dapat bago tayo mag-distribute ng survey questionnaire, dapat mag-seek muna tayo ng parental consent. Kailangan ma-inform muna natin sila sa objective ng research, bakit sila yung naging respondent, ano yung extent of participation nila, hanggang saan lang sila magpa-participate. So we have to ensure them na safe yung information na ibibigay nila and so whatsoever. So hindi pwedeng pagka-approve ng survey questionnaire, distribute agad, pasagot agad. So hindi, meron pa tayong mga consent forms na kinakailangan. And syempre, say for example, sa ibang school, magko-conduct ka ng research. So hindi ang unang step doon, hindi agad sa parents or sa students kada diretso. Kailangan magpaalam muna tayo sa principal. Susulat muna tayo sa principal na magko-conduct tayo ng research na ganitong grade level yung pagbibigyan natin. Hindi tayo basta-basta pwedeng dumaretso agad dun sa parents or dun sa students. Kailangan syempre, meron tayong chain of command, meron tayong proper channels na pagdadaanan. Okay? Situation number 3. John discovered a vaccine against HIV. He plans to commercialize it, so he did not give the full formulation and specification of the vaccine in his published research. Okay, so is it ethical or not ethical? Okay, the correct answer is ethical. So for commercialized purposes, pwede tayong hindi mag-disclose ng mga specifications ng product na ginagawa natin kasi intellectual property natin 'yon. Okay? So meron tayong tinatawag na trade secrets, 'di ba? Situation number 4. So Philip's research yielded to an insignificant result. So he did not adjust. He adjusted the result so that the results will become significant. Is it ethical or not ethical? So obviously the answer is not ethical. So again, we do not hindi natin kailangan maging bias, and we have to become honest in terms of presenting our outputs and outcomes nung survey natin or nung research natin. So ano yung lumabas, ito yung i-present natin. Then you explain bakit kaya ito yung naging result nung research natin. Ano yung mga naging lapses natin, ano yung mga pagkakamali siguro, bakit naging ganito yung result ng study natin. So, ganun dapat siya. And lastly, while analyzing the responses in her questionnaire, Rose found out that her classmate Anne came from a broken family. So none of their classmates know this, so she told this to them secretly. So is it ethical or not ethical? The answer is not ethical. So may right to privacy ang ating mga respondents at yung mga dinidisclose nilang information is for the purpose of research alone. So hindi, as researchers, hindi natin pwedeng i-disclose yung mga personal information or personal answers na sinagot ng mga respondents natin. Kasi again, pinagkatiwala nila itong mga information na ito sa atin. So hindi natin siya pwedeng i-disclose sa ibang tao. Okay.
Meron ka ba natutunan sa ating Teach Vlog episode? Kung meron, give this video a thumbs up at i-share mo na rin sa iyong mga kaklase para matuto rin sila sa topic na ito. Kung meron kang comments, questions at suggestions, ay mag-iwan ka lang ng message sa comment section sa baba. Maraming salamat sa panonood at see you sa ating susunod na Teach Vlogs.